That was The Father's House by Corey Asprey. You are listening to Rhema CC. It's awesome to have you guys on board with us this morning. It's a Sunday morning. Yes, welcome to Sunday. I'm so thankful that you are able to spend some time with us. And I do hope that things are going pretty well this weekend for you guys. I hope that you've been able to get a chance just to sort of have some downtime and just chill out from, I'm assuming, a crazy week. So hopefully you have been able to sort of spend some time together as a family or with friends or just even with your church community. I hope that you've had some opportunity just to call time out and that you can use today, this awesome Sunday, just to do exactly that. Just have some time out with those who are important to you and especially to your Creator. Now, that's actually a really good starting point from this morning because we have been talking over the last few weeks about sort of a broader perspective of I am who I am because. So we've been looking at a few different theories, some ideas, the things that influence us, the things that make us theoretically who we are. Now today I'm excited about this one because it's actually pulling it all together. And we're going to take some time to spend really focusing in on how cool it is that God created us the way that He has. Now, a few years ago, actually it was about 8 years ago, and I have no idea why this happened, but this very week I actually had a memory on Facebook pop up, and it's a sort of wall plaque thing that I've got. And it just basically says, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And I had bought that about 8 years ago. I think I actually bought it overseas. I think I got it from the States. And it's beautiful. It's black. It's probably about, I reckon 30 to 40 centimeters, and it's just in gold writing. It's just got you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Very simple, very to the point. And I bought it for a course that I actually put together when I first moved up here. So I was sort of umming and ahhing what to do when we first got up to the coast. And one of the things I really felt called to sort of throw together, and I say throw together, but it wasn't really, there was a lot of detail in it, was my love and passion for people and my love and passion to see them understand just how valuable they are. And so specifically, I put this course together for women or young women. It's called, the course itself, I just basically called it, She is Wonderfully Made. So that was basically the name of it. And we just each week would just look at the proof that we are as a humanity, as a human race, as a species, just us as humans. We are so intricately and perfectly designed, and it's really cool when you look at the detail. So today I want to start with that. I want to start with just reminding you guys, you listeners out there, that you have got breath in your lungs. I know I said it last week, and I know that I say it quite often. My kids probably get sick of that because that's usually the guys, you don't have any excuse. You can do this, but you've got a reason to get up. You've got a reason to move forward into today with a sense of hope. Now, I know I've actually heard this on this station this week, so it's been really cool just to be sitting and listening as a listener and just hear just a reminder that God has created us so perfectly. Psalm 139 verses 13 to, I think from memory it's 26, but I'm not sure, 20, I'm actually going to read, I'll read to about 18. Let's go 18. All right. I love this passage of the Bible. It's just so beautiful in reflecting on creation. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I awake, I'm still with you. How cool is that? He knows us that intimately. If you are someone who happens to be listening this morning and maybe you're pregnant, maybe you're currently in a state of experiencing life being brought into the world, just think about that gorgeous little being that's being created within you, and just the intricacy in that, the detail of what God is doing in that little life. I pray for your baby right now as I'm saying that, because what a time to really connect and just understand that, human life is such a gift, and we have just got so much to be thankful for. I want to start today with that, and we're going to really, really focus in over the next 3 hours. So I'll be around till about 10, and we will really examine the awesome gift that God has given us in the people that are around us, but also just in the way that we are formed to know Him and to be able to see that we are a product of Him. All right, we're going to leave it there, and I'll see you guys very soon. Enjoy this song. Well, a big howdy doody to you guys again. Welcome back to us here at Rhema CC. I am Lindy Jones. I'm your Sunday morning host, and that was Good Morning Mercy by Jason Crabb. I happen to be singing that one again, even as I'm talking. It's going along on the back of my head. I can hear it there. I'm glad you guys can't hear me singing it, but I'm sort of humming along in my own. Anyway, maybe I sound a little bit loopy there, but that's okay. I'm used to being loopy. We can work with that. So this morning we are going to be talking about how perfectly designed we are. You know, we've got a God who knows what He's doing when He creates us, when He knits us together in our mother's womb. And I read before Psalm 139, 13 to 18. So I probably won't go over that this time, just because I'm very aware of time, because I happen to be a chatterbox and I am trying my best to work out actually where I need to stop, because I'm waffling again. Here we go. Woohoo. Anyway, back to business. I want to read you guys as a direct reflection of the verse I spoke to you guys about before, with the verses from Psalm 139. Check it out if you can, because the wording is just beautiful. It's this gorgeous reminder that God, He does sew us together, and it's perfect. But anyway, I want to throw some facts at you guys. And I hope they're not boring, but I don't think they're boring at all. I think they're pretty phenomenal. I had to look into this myself when I was putting together a course for young women. Well, actually women of all ages, but specifically it ended up being mainly young women that I was working with when we first moved up to the coast. And it was awesome. I was like, whoa, I've never really taken any of this into consideration. But let me start with a few things, and I'll kind of weave a few of these in throughout the morning, actually. If your parents conceived you when your mother was 25, did you know that there was only a 25% chance that you were going to be created? If your mother was 35, the chances were even smaller. So you are actually a product, in that case, of a 20% chance. Another interesting fact, right now you have approximately 7 octillion atoms that make your body your body. 7 octillion. I've got it written in front of me. I couldn't even tell you how many zeros there are in that, but it's a lot. I can tell you that. Now, if we were to unwind the DNA cells in your body, it would stretch from here to Pluto and then back again. Your body consists of approximately 160,934 kilometers of blood vessels. The strongest muscle in your body is your jaw muscle. There is no one else in the world who has your fingerprint or your tongue print. Now, these are just a few of the facts that I have managed to put in one place so that I can focus on myself when I'm working with, as I said, in particular, in this case, it was working with young women and self-esteem and self-confidence sort of issues. But it's really cool for us to sort of reflect back on even this morning and just go, there is just so much detail that we have no idea about every day. We are walking, we are breathing, we're living, functioning beings in this world that God has put us in. And He has purpose in that. He has purpose in putting us together. He didn't just throw us together for the sake of it. Why would He choose to have 7 octillion atoms thrown together just for the sake of it? So this morning, I hope that you're taking away the sense of purpose that God has for you. And you may not know what that is today, but I hope and pray that you know for sure that you are who you are because God designed you the way that He wants you to be. And step by step, He will chip away the stuff that He's not quite happy with, but He knows what He's doing. That's it. That's the heart stuff. It's the stuff that He wants to work on between you and Him, obviously. But He created you for a purpose. So we're going to dig into that a little bit further down the track. We're going to take a break, and I'm going to see you guys around about 8:15, and we're going to talk some more of this stuff. But Yeah, just so you know, you are God, you are God's design and you are God's creation and you are who you are because he created you. Let's leave it there and I'll be back soon. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. That was All the Things by Katie Hurst. I happen to want it. Well, yeah, let's start again. Hey, I just want to introduce myself. I am Lindy Jones. I'm your Sunday morning host. Welcome to Sunday. If you happen to be just rolling out of bed at the moment, or perhaps you're on your way to church, or somewhere, something else that's exciting for the day. I don't know what your day looks like, but I hope it's a good one regardless. Okay, so before we get started, I better just remind you guys, 8:30 this morning we have Greg Laurie and A New Beginning. I always love hearing him speak. I just think he's just on it. He tells it like it is, and it makes you think, oh yeah, there's some stuff there for me to really sit on and think about there. Sometimes it's a little bit uncomfortable when that happens, but I guess that's a good thing. It just means God's stirring and challenging, and that's a great thing, isn't it? Yeah, theoretically it's wonderful. No, it is a good thing when we kind of go, oh, there's something there, God, but I don't know if I want to go there yet. Anyway, I hope that you're challenged through that. I love listening to him, and I'm sure you guys do too. Now, this morning we are talking about, we're sort of tying off a few weeks of, this exploration of I am who I am because. And today is probably one of my favorites because it's just this tie together of I am who I am because God created me to be this way. And God created me. And God wants me to be like this. And God designed me. And God intricately placed me together in my mother's womb. He tied me together. He weaved me. He created me exactly how he wanted me to be. Personality, physical features, the way my brain works, all those things. Guys, I want to remind you that you are beautiful, and you are beautiful because he created you. Now, don't use that word loosely, but it may sound like it's loosely sort of thing. I had someone just recently just asking about the word beautiful and how people, how is it appropriate? Is it appropriate for someone to say somebody else is beautiful, particularly in terms of a husband-wife situation? Now, that word is something that I probably use way too often. Maybe I wouldn't say too often, but I think there is beauty in every person that we come across. So why not tell them, you have got this beautiful trait of whatever. You've got this beautiful way of doing whatever. It's not just a word. There is something to it. And I hope you can find someone today. You can tell them that you admire their beauty. Now, the beauty that comes from God, and we look at the creation of humanity. I was throwing some, they're not statistics, they're facts, sorry. Your way a little bit ago. So probably about, if you missed, it was around 7:40ish, I think. And we were just talking about, I was just reading through some of the facts in terms of the human creation and our bodies and how awesome they are. I'm going to read you some more. So the last time I spoke to you guys, the last thing I had said, I think, was along the lines of there is no one else in the world who has your fingerprint or tongue print. When you're awake, your brain produces enough electricity to light a small light bulb when you're awake. Your eyes can detect and distinguish approximately 10 million different colours. If your eye was a digital camera, it would have 576 megapixels. In one day, you're likely to have about 70,000 thoughts. Your heartbeat will naturally change to mimic the music that you listen to. Your bones are 31% water, and yet, ounce for ounce, are stronger than steel. I need to get my head around that one myself. I'm kind of like, hang on, what does that mean? Your bones are 31% water, okay, and yet, ounce for ounce, are stronger than steel. Crazy stuff. Your brain has the capacity to hold 1 quadrillion, that is 1 million billion, separate pieces of information in your lifetime. Man, this stuff throws me. I'm just like, wow. God knows what he's doing when he puts us together. Your gastrointestinal tract is 9 meters in length. And let's just end it with this one. In your lifetime, your heart is likely to pump 1.5 million barrels of blood. There are more. I'm going to throw more at you as we get moving this morning. But I just want to encourage you to just take in the detail of your creation. Yes, we're talking physical right now, the physical creation of who you are. But why did he think you were worth it? He obviously did, because he put you together. He formed you perfectly. He formed you exactly how he wanted you to be. We're going to talk a little bit later about what we do with that understanding. You know, what happens with the questions that we have, or the challenges that we have when we start to think or wonder, did God really know what he was doing when he put me together? When we come back, as I said, it'll be after a new beginning with Greg Laurie this morning. It'll actually probably be around 9:15. So if you stick around for then, we're going to explore a little bit further. I'm going to start challenging the thought processes that some of us have from time to time. I'm sure we all do, actually, in terms of really accepting or believing fully that God did in fact create us how he wants us to be. So we'll get into that shortly. I'll see you guys soon. That was Crazy by Newsboys, and I don't know about you guys, but I happen to be feeling a little crazy myself. My kids probably think I well and truly am crazy. Well, actually, they might be quite right in that, so let's just go with it. Let's just roll with that one. But anyway, welcome to Sunday, guys. It is, we're looking for a pretty good, we're looking ahead to a reasonably good day. It should be quite comfortable in terms of weather. I would say comfortable-ish. So we're looking high 20s, at least in the northern end. I'll just quickly check on the other parts of the coast. It looks like it's around 27-ish at this stage that we're kind of heading towards. I am looking forward to, I tend to love the rain. So if you happen to be in a part of the coast that is expecting rain today, which from what I can see in front of me, it looks like it's a fair chunk of us, enjoy it. It's nice to have that freshness, isn't it? I love the rain. I can honestly say it's a bit of a win-win for me. I think I love the sun, but you better love the rain even more. Sorry, I just dropped my book that's got all the information I'm going through with you guys this morning about what we're talking about. So if you haven't been listening, I'll explain to you what I've been talking about. We have been exploring over the last few weeks a whole concept of I am who I am because, and I have to say that it's been really cool to sort of look at different dimensions of how we are formed as a human being, our whole character, our development in terms of who we become in the world. I've really enjoyed it. I wish I could have gone a little bit deeper, but I have to kind of pull back, especially with the stuff that's been going on for me personally with my daughter just being unwell. And so that's been a bit of a derail in how I originally thought I was going to go with this little thing. But it's been really cool just to look at different aspects of who we become throughout our lifetime. And there's certainly a lot more that we could look into. So yeah, I'm probably doing that at some point, just in my own sort of capacity, I guess. But today we are tying it all together, and we are talking about how God has created us, and he has done it's just, you can't use words for it. There's just no words that you can use to really bring together his creativity. Now, some of the facts I've read to you guys this morning, it's been a lot, but I've got a few more. Your heart has its own electrical impulse and can continue beating even when it is separated from your body. Your brain won't stop developing until you are in your late 40s. When you take just one step, you are actually using almost 200 muscles. Your taste buds are replaced every 10 days. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I'm sure I did because I wrote this down. But anyway, I'm revisiting it myself. If you lost your pinky finger, you would actually lose about 50% of your total hand strength. That's pretty awesome. It wouldn't be awesome to lose it, but it's a pretty awesome concept to be able to get your head around, where you kind of go, whoa, really? Your brain releases feel-good chemicals called dopamine, oxytocin, endorphin, and serotonin. Dopamine is produced to help us find the motivation to move towards goals that we have, or sort of rewards that we want, of things that we want. Oxytocin helps us to bond with others. Endorphins are released to help us get through pain. Serotonin creates a feeling of safety. Now, you possess all of these, every one of you. You possess all of these wonderfully made chemicals. So when God tells us that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, there's no lie in that. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you possess all of the things that I've gone through this morning. You know, it's amazing to look at it and go, God knows what he's doing more than we can ever fathom. It's just so surreal. Now, I just wanted to cover very briefly, and I may be putting myself out of a job at some point down the track, because this is a lot of stuff that we actually deal with in the world of counselling and sort of the way that we think. I don't know about you guys, but I've had plenty of times myself where I felt like, I just don't think you've got any purpose for me, God. I don't know what you're up to. I don't know why you would bother with putting all that time into me. Why would you put me together and have me detailed the way that you have? And I have to stop and think. I have to question where that's coming from. Is that coming from something that's in me that's still I've got to work through in terms of hurt? Have I been hurt by situations or people to the point where I internalize that and start to think I don't have the purpose or the hope that you say you have that in me? I throwing it back at God, I mean. And we have to be careful with that, because we can have that. I mean, we're told we are in this battle that we know nothing about. It's going beyond us. The spiritual world is out there, and there is a constant battle, and Satan can use every tool that he wants to confuse us, to manipulate us, to make us question ourselves, and to question whether or not we really are God's kid, to question whether or not he really does value us. But guys, we've got a choice in that. We have to take hold of those thoughts, and scripturally we're told, absolutely, grab onto those thoughts and challenge them. Pray them out, because when we are starting to feel that we don't have purpose, that we don't have value, all of those things that Satan goes, he just weaves his way into our thoughts. They separate us from God. So cling to God, cling to the truth that you have when he says, you're a beautiful creation. And there's so much scripture in that to be able to look into the proof of that. The fact that he picked a perfect man, his own son, to come to earth just to give his life for us. That in itself says that he must think that you are pretty valuable. So my challenge here for you guys this morning is to trust it. Trust the truth that you are a beautiful and perfect, not perfect by nature, but you are exactly perfect how he wanted you when he produced you. And, he loves you, and he wants the best for you, and he wants you to know that those thoughts that are challenges, the challenges are the things that you hear from others or from even within yourself, those things are best to give to him. And ask him, or tell him, God, I'm being challenged with this. I don't really know that I do believe that you are saying that you value me the way that I am. And I don't really know that you actually do value the creation that I am, because, I've got this going on, or I feel this way about myself. Or give it to him, guys. Just give it to him. I can promise you now, you are perfectly, perfect. I say perfect, but I mean, you are designed and created. You are in a way that is proof that you are fearfully and you are wonderfully made. Just leave it there for a little bit, and I will see you guys shortly. That was Danny Goki, and that was New Day. And thankfully for us, we have been promised that we do indeed have a new day, and it has begun, guys. Looking at around 27 degrees-ish today, if you happen to be on the coast. And what an awesome opportunity just to enjoy the rain. I am going to enjoy it a whole lot. I really, really am, because I do love the rain. I did mention that last time I was chatting to you guys. But yeah, I love rain. The way that I used to sleep when I was in the worst of my anxiety, I used to listen to recordings of rain. It was just the only way I could just tune out and go, no, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just going to listen to the rain, because again, that's another creation. It's just this beautiful element of creation that just, I don't know, it kind of numbs the brain. It's like, it's just, there's nothing better, is there, than just being in bed and just hearing the rain on your roof. I don't know. I love it. Hope you guys too are able to do that. Actually, if you get a chance today and you actually feel up to it, call time out and just lay in bed and listen to that rain if it happens to be hitting your rooftop. That's my tip of the day. I say go for it. But I guess that's up to you. It depends on what your day is going to look like. Now, talking about raindrops, but this is a little bit of a sidestep. So today we have been talking about God's creation in us and the way that he has created us. And this is obviously a broader, it's part of a broader theme, which is we've been covering for about the last 4 or 5 weeks, I think, from memory. I am who I am because. And this week I'm trying to tie it all together and try to bring it to a bit of a close. But it's one of my favourite weeks because it's just this reminder that God is a creator, and he created us how he wants us to be. He has given us the genetic makeup that he wants us to have. He's given us, in terms of biology, like the way that we function. I've been through a lot of this stuff this morning with those who've been listening in and out of just different facts, and you look at the human body and how amazing it truly is. Now, to speak of raindrops, this isn't actually raindrops, but it is tears. I want to just talk to you about tears for the moment. Now, I can't show you, obviously, because we're talking radio, we're not talking visual. So I can't visually show you what's in front of me at the moment. But I am holding a book, and in this book I have, it's actually a picture of different types of tears. And absolutely go check this out if you get a chance to, because it's really, really interesting. But there's actually, when you look at the tear formation under a microscope, God, we're told that our tears are collected, and we're told that they're held, and they're it's just beautiful. Anyway, but specifically when you look at the tears, the type of tears under a microscope for different reasons. So we've got in front of me, I've got onion tears, I've got tears of grief, I've got tears of laughing until I'm crying. I've got tears of remembrance, and I've got tears of possibility and hope. And they're based on, it actually is amazing how the brain releases different, I don't know if it's actually chemicals or not. I have to look into it again because it's been a long time since I've looked at it. But if you look at go and Google it if you can, because it's amazing. Onion tears, they're almost like this really tiny, fine pattern. The tears of grief, it's a little bit more blotchy and spread out. The tears of laughing till I'm crying, it's almost like it's not blotchy, but it's almost similar to the tears of grief, but it's got a clearer sort of look to it. Tears of remembrance, there's almost like I can't explain it to you on radio. It's just very cool to look at, but there's different formations, different emphasis in the print. It's really, really cool. Now, I found this I'm just trying to find where I got it from, because as I said, I've been doing this. I put this together about 8 years ago. So I actually found it just uploaded images. They're just tear types. So I just looked up, obviously just a Google search, and found what it was. I do have the reference in front of me, but absolutely go and look at it. And I just want to encourage you to look at that and understand how God has even created you to express yourself in a way that is, it's so perfectly, and it's like everything is categorized. He's given us a way to release the tensions or the frustrations or the whatever in a way that he understands and says, he can see those tears and see them and what they're about. And, I think it's just awesome when you tie that back to scripture and the fact that we are told that our tears are treasured and that he catches them. He knows our tears. Even the tears, he created you to understand how to have a relationship with him. And he can see why you're hurting. He can see what the tears actually mean. And I don't know about you guys, but I just think it's just such a cool thing to be able to just spend some time with him this morning and throughout this week. I hope you're able to do it. I hope you get a chance to do that and just spend some time really just in awe of his creation. And guess what, guys? You are that creation. You are that creation. And every fiber of your being, every single fiber, it's a picture or a piece of him. So celebrate him today. You have got so much to praise. And when you think of how much he's done and how much he continues to do, because he thinks you're pretty amazing. And he trusts you with getting up and making the most of that 7 octillion. Is that what I said? I think so. I'll just double check. 7 octillion atoms that are in your body. He wants you to use them for him. So let's leave it there. I do hope you guys have a great week. Thank you for spending some time with us this morning. And church on the radio. Stick around if you need to, or if you're not going to be going to your own church, we'd love to have you here. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Have a great one, and I'll catch you guys soon. All right, see you guys.